Don't say that word.
Hey guys, just wanted to put a little video together today. It's not really a review, it's more of a information. Everybody's going on about Chinese clones of mods and blah blah, you know, all this stuff. And in the beginning I thought, okay, my buying a clone of a really expensive mod isn't really taking away from the original mod maker's customer base, because I started vaping, and early on from the beginning I said I would never pay more than $100 for any one item. So I've kept to that for 3.5, almost 4 years. That's just me. I put a cap on myself because I know I could totally be Uncle Dagger, but I'd be living in a van down by the river. So it's nice to have something. When you see something cool, you think you can have that. It's not going to be, you know, gold plated or whatever, but it's going to look similar and work similar. So clones were actually really good for me, because I could have, let's say, an Omega. Well, that's probably a bad example because Omegas weren't really expensive to begin with. But let's say a roller. This is a roller clone. It looks really similar to a roller, not identical, but enough because I liked the look of the roller. I wanted one. This Sigelli clone did it. So, you know, I wasn't really taking away from that customer base because I wouldn't have bought one no matter what. And a lot of people are like that. They just won't buy something that's over a certain amount of money. You know. So I got quite a few of them as they started coming out. The Caravella clone looks very similar in the look, but of course there's no little Chinese or Japanese or whatever it was Viking ship on it. No logos, but you know, the basic design was there. Now recently I started getting further into it, and you know how sometimes the Alibaba sites and stuff like that will show you like an iHybrid has the actual, or a Zen mod and has the actual Zen logo on it. It's just because they appropriated the design, but if you get that thing, it's not going to have the logo on it, right? This is what I thought. This is the M16 Sentinel from Grand Vapors makes these, or I think it's Grand Vapor. Anyway, this one came in the mail, and I thought, ooh, okay. I'd never actually seen one, the original, so I didn't buy this one because it was like the original. I bought it because it looked cool. But when I went to their Facebook site, this thing was, yeah, identical. Down to the font that they used. And it's not going to work for me. Come on. Anyway. Down to the font. The little half sun. The logo on the bottom. And it's, you know, numbered. However, I don't think the materials are quite the same, but it looks. So we're still in the clone department, but we're getting really close to the word counterfeit comes to mind. Then I get these last two in the mail together. Oh, yeah. Well, I get the Omega, and I mean, it looks like an Omega, but it doesn't have Omega on it. So anyways, I get these last two in the mail, and I open them up, and these two have been ones that I've seen and liked and wished I hadn't put that cap on myself early on in my vaping life. But the more I looked at these two in particular, these are flat out counterfeits. They're really nice material. They're strong, sturdy build. The connectors are nice. The threads are like butter. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. This is the Nemesis. And the Chia. Now, I'm looking at these thinking, and I'm feeling it's actually really engraved. You know, it's not just us, you know. I'm looking at these things and I'm thinking, oh wow. These are, I'm going to show you some up close on these two in particular. So here we go with some close-ups. This is the Omega clone. Notice it doesn't have a logo on it, but it works much the same. This would be a roller clone. Similar, not identical to the actual roller, but the form of it, pretty much the same. Again, Caravella, without the etchings or the logos anywhere, but the form of it has been cloned. Now we get into, now this one didn't worry me, didn't make me feel as icky as the others, because this one scratches pretty much very easily. It's aluminum. But you'll see that the Grand Vapor is there in the exact, please don't comment on the fact I have ink on my fingers. I just filled the printer. So it's got the same font. It's got the logo on the bottom. It is numbered. Still, pretty sure it's not quite the same, because if they're selling these aluminum, then I would be upset that if I bought one. Okay, now here's the one that starts to make you feel icky. This is the Chi-Yu. And I don't know, anybody who's got a real Chi-Yu can tell me if this is the same. But you got the little characters there, it's numbered. The dragon thingy on there, and that is engraved. You can feel it. This is what makes you feel a little more icky. There's the bottom. And it's upside down. Of course it is. So yeah, I mean, if you've got an authentic one, get yours out right now, pause it, and let me know if that's exact. So yeah, that one made me feel a little icky, a little dirty. This one even more because I love this one the most. So there's the Nemesis. The logo, the name, numbered. There you go. And there you go on the bottom. Yeah, so that is, you know, not a clone. This would be, and this little thing at the top, a feature. This rolls around for airflow at the top. Yeah, so this one makes me feel the ickiest, but thanks to Vapor Joe, I am now calling this a collectible replica. Yeah. So I look at them, and they're numbered, they're etched. I'm checking out the modder's website, and these are not just clones. These are flat out counterfeits. They're really well made. Threads like butter, really sturdy, work well. Everything seems to work the same as the originals, but these are these are counterfeit, right down to where it says at the bottom on the Chiyu, style of Mojo. Basically, it's got the company logos on the bottom. Yeah. So yeah, so I'm feeling a little dirty about these two. These would be counterfeit. Now, not having actually laid a hand or eyes on an original, I don't know if the originals are much better, but these are nice. So, not to make myself feel bad, I'm going to steal a description from Paper Joe, and this would be a collectible replica. Not counterfeit, collectible replica. And for under 20 bucks. This is pretty damn well made for under 20 bucks. So, here's the thing. Again, these guys, this isn't taking away from, as far as I'm concerned, this is not taking away a customer. Me buying this is not taking away a customer from the original modder, because I would not have purchased ever from the original modder. However, here's where you've got to be careful. These things are going secondhand, right? They're going on mod traders and classifieds and stuff. These are so close, and I mean, I'd like to ask, you know, Uncle Dagger or Almighty God if they've seen them, these counterfeits, how close to the original they are. You're going to have to be very, very careful when you're purchasing something secondhand that's not from the modder. This might actually work in the original modder's favor, whereas people will not be buying them secondhand, and it may be bad for the flippers. They're not going to make as much money, because people are going to be very wary, or they should be very wary about buying any of these more expensive mods secondhand, because the Chinese manufacturers are duplicating these. Looks like pretty much exactly. So, buy what you like. Don't break the bank on yourself. You don't need to. You can buy something really cool for a lot less money. But be careful if you're buying secondhand, because these collectible replicas are getting really close, if not identical, to the originals. So there you have it. Clones have actually progressed to counterfeits, and, well, if you don't want to feel dirty about it, collectible replicas.
Shumi, don't say that word. Oh boy.